Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a Wildcard 8 draft. I am planning to potentially use the Wildcard chip in this game week. This is the first draft and it could change over the next 2 weeks. Please get in the comment section and let me know if you think I should use the Wildcard chip or save it until game week 13. We aim to get 300 subscribers before game week 8 deadline, so if you are watching this and you are new, hit subscribe. There'll be plenty more FPL content over the season. We aim to get 20 likes on this video, so hit that like button before we get started. Anyway, intro out the way, let's just jump into it. So here's how my side currently looks for game week 8. As you can see, it's not too bad. I've got Dubravka, Senesi, Gabriel, Rinders, Semenyo, Haaland, Pedro and Anderson that a lot of managers are buying. But the problems in the squad are Agbadu, Rogers, Fernandes, Watkins, Porro and King. I do think Robert Sanchez is a potential problem after game week 12, but up until that game week I think he's a really good pick. Chelsea have got Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, Wolves, Sunderland and Burnley in the next 5 games, so there's easily winnable clean sheet games in there for him. But if I'm using the wildcard in game week 8, I'll probably get rid of him now, just so I'm not using a transfer in the upcoming game weeks where I have to get rid of him. I don't really like using a transfer on a goalkeeper, so when I'm using a wildcard, that's when I'm going to get rid of him. So let's just jump into building a wildcard draft for game week 8, and in goal I've got Nick Pope. His fixtures start to get really good. He's now gone up to 5.1 million, but I think he's worth it. Newcastle's defence this season has been really good. And then on the bench we've still got Dubravka. He's the only 4 million goalkeeper that's starting all the time, so I think he's really good to have. Then into defence I've got Gabriel, Senesi, Richards, Anderson and Rondon. Arsenal defence has been really solid for the last few years, so I do think he's a really good player to have. He scored last game, which I didn't have him for, but I think he's one of them players that it's an aerial threat and he will score from set pieces. I'll get a chance to score in set pieces, so I think he's really good at 6.2. Then we've got Senesi, Richards and Anderson, and they're all likely to get DEFCON points most game weeks. Senesi's got DEFCON points in every game week so far this season, and he's chipping in with a few attacking returns and clean sheets at the same time. Crystal Palace are on an 18 unbeaten run. And then we've got Anderson, he looks like he's the most likely to get DEFCON points in Fulham's defence. And then we've got the 4 million option in Rondon. Leeds have started the season off pretty well. Rondon got himself a goal and he's been looking like he's going to get DEFCON points most of the game weeks. Rondon rotates really well with these defenders. Into midfield, and I've got Sarr back into my side. I bought him in game week 3, but then he got injured, so I bought Semenyo instead of him. But he came back in game week 6 and scored against Liverpool. So if I was building a wildcard side, Sarr will be back into my side. Crystal Palace look really good so far this season. Then we've got Cole Palmer, and if he's fit, I want to buy him. Chelsea have got Nottingham Forest, Wolves, Sunderland, Burnley and Tottenham in the next 5 fixtures. If he isn't fit, then I'll probably buy Saka into my side instead. Then we've got Semenyo and he stayed in my side. I don't really need to talk too much about him. He started the season off really well. I think he's essential in FPL at the moment. And then if I did change Cole Palmer to Saka, then I'll get Enzo Fernandez as the Chelsea option in midfield. Enzo Fernandez could play further forward, he could be on penalties, and he's got over 30 goals and assists since the start of last season, so I think he's one of them players that will chip in with goals and assists at 6.7 million. He's really good. If I kept Cole Palmer because he's fit, I probably would still get Enzo Fernandez as well. If not, I could potentially get somebody like Paqueta. And then on my bench, I've got Dewsbury Hall. He picked up 5 yellow cards and then he's added suspension now, so he'll be back from game week 8. He'll only be suspended if he picks up 10 yellow cards or obviously gets sent off, so there's no worry about him being suspended in the near future. And then up front, it's the template at the moment. It'll be Gyökeres, Pedro and Haaland. Yes, Pedro hasn't done well the last few game weeks, but he has been down to 10 men the last 2 game weeks, so it has been hard for him. And as I mentioned previously in the video, Chelsea's fixtures are really good, so I do want him in my side for them ones. So all in all, I'll be making 8 wildcard changes from my side that I've currently got. I'll be getting Pope, Richards, Sarr, Palmer, Fernandes, Gyökeres, Dewsbury, Hall and Rondon into my side. I can just afford this squad before Friday night's changes. So if some of these players are going to go up in value or some in my current squad are going to drop down in value, I might activate the chip that night. So quickly going back to my old squad, I do think it's an upgrade, but is it an upgrade enough to use a wildcard chip? I'm not too sure still. So comparing my wildcard side to my current draft, I've got Dubravka, Gabriel, Senesi, Anderson, Semenyo, Haaland and Pedro in both sides. In my current squad, I've got Sanchez, Porro, Agbadu, Fernandes, Rogers, Rinders, King and Watkins. And in the wildcard draft, I've got Pope, Richards, Rondon, Palmer, Sarr, Fernandes, Dewsbury, Hall and Gyökeres. So comparing my current side to my new side, I think it is an upgrade. But the thing that's put me off hitting the wildcard is it really a massive upgrade? I'm not too sure. As I said previously, I'm happy with Sanchez up until game week 13. And then in defence, I've got Gabriel, Sinisi and Anderson. I could stick with them up until game week 13, so I don't really need Richards or Rondon. They'll probably sit on my bench. And Arsenal have Fulham and Crystal Palace in the next 2 games, so I'm not really upset about not having Gyökeres just yet. I can sell Watkins in game week 10 for Gyökeres, and then get him for Burnley and Sunderland away fixtures. In game week 8 or 9, I can sell Fernandes for Palmer or Saka. And again in game week 8 or 9, I can sell Rodgers for Sarr or Fernandes. And I think I'll be happy with that side up until game week 13. So currently I'm 60% in favour of using my wildcard chip in game week 8 and sorting my side. But I think I could use 3 transfers and get a side that I'm pretty happy with until game week 13, and then use the wildcard chip then. So there we have it for my Game Week 8 first wildcard draft. I'm sure if I do use the chip, I'll be tinkering around with my squad and making changes. If I do activate the chip before Game Week 8 deadline, then I'll do another video with the new updated squad. So hit subscribe so you can see that video if I do activate the wildcard in Game Week 8. Please let me know in the comment section what will you do in my squad. Would you activate the wildcard chip in Game Week 8, or would you save it until Game Week 13? And also let me know in the comment section which players you'd change and which players you'd replace them with. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Good luck in Game Week 7. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.